from the top of the town at 715 Main Street in historic Deadwood. It's time for another episode of the DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast. Welcome to episode number 48 of DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast. A very, very special episode. One that you have all been asking for. It's almost here. That segment featuring the women of DTC returning to the podcast will be coming up in just a little bit. And it is a very special Valentine's edition. Considering this comes out on February 13th. Does that scare you, Stash?
A little bit. Train leaves San Francisco at 48 miles an hour, and a train leaves New York at 52. Where will they meet?
Deadwood, South Dakota for dinner.
Yes, indeed. But first, as always, joining me behind the board, the preacher, mixing and mastering, Ethan. And right over to my right, back from his 27th vacation of the last 3 months, Stash has returned. And the finest and happiest purveyor of tobacco in the West, Mr. Wild Bill. Welcome, everybody. My name is Eye Candy Randy, and we will start this where we always start our podcasts with What Are We Smoking? William, what did you choose today?
Crux Limitata Robusto, Randy.
And why that particular smoke?
Well, the Crux Limitata Robusto is a very good smoke, very complex, short, clean finish on the palate. And Randy, you want to know what else about it?
Yes.
It is tasty. Thanks, Randy.
Thank you. That's a special edition from Bill. Stash, what'd you pick out today?
Got the Crux du Connoisseur number 4.
Very nice. Little cocoa on that, I suppose?
Yes, of course, as usual. Like every other Maduro I smoke.
I went with a brand new cigar we just got in for Mardi Gras that we just got done celebrating with John from La Aurora. I went with the La Aurora Small Batch. It's a Corojo. Not a ton of spice, a little bit of leather, a little bit of nutmeg. I'm just barely into it, and so far, so good. And last but not least, Ethan, what'd you pick out today?
San Cristobal Revelation. Ecuadorian Sumatra.
Was that hidden on the left-hand side, bottom? Nope, we have it on the shelf again.
Did I grab the last one?
I don't know.
I mean, it was on the shelf.
I thought those
Hey,
were,
Ethan,
thought
what did
those
it
were the
reveal?
kids.
Huh?
What did it reveal?
Ecuador?
No, I mean, you said it was a revelation, so I just wanted to know what it revealed.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
All of Ecuador.
That's right.
Yes.
Coming up before we get to the ladies, just a little bit of shop talk. Just mentioned we had the Mardi Gras chamber mixer here with Heath Johnson playing some music. And, Bill hates being the face of DTC because it is a team, but not a bad event overall. Bill, what did you think of the chamber mixer?
Pleasantly surprised with all the people that showed up.
And I was surprised that you took some time to visit with people that ordinarily you wouldn't necessarily do that with. It's important sometimes to be out there. So we'll give you a break until at least St. Patty's Day. How's that sound?
Sounds wonderful, Randy.
Let's not lie. It was free beer and food. Jesus.
Can't go wrong with that. Next episode 49, is going to come your way with Sam Groh. Sam Groh is a national touring country artist. He's going to be here as part of his 24-date Cigars and Bars acoustic tour. And as of this recording, we will have Big Tom Lazuka from Asylum in here as well, as we have our 867 release party finally. Bill, are you ready for that?
Wow.
Actually, I've been ready for that release party. Bring it on!
You've been ready for what, 3 years? Something like that?
Something like that.
Yep. Different Vitolas, the same 3 that you're accustomed to, known as the Midnight Oil, Auntie, and Zero. So make sure you come on down, buy boxes, just to help us out with a little party with Sam Groh. It's going to be a good time. Have you listened to any Sam Groh there? It seems like your kind of music, Stash.
Yeah. I've listened to some. He's good.
Did he grow on you?
A little bit. Not quite as much as I thought he would, but he's, I'm getting used to him still. So
Yeah. Do you think
He's
anybody
getting
asks him if he's a shower, not a grower?
I bet you he's got to be definitely in the growing family.
Yeah.
With a name like that?
Yeah.
And right behind that podcast will be episode number 50.
What
I'm
if your
excited.
name was Sue Grow as
Sue-
a man?
Sue Grow?
Sue Grow.
Sucrose, like
Sue Grow.
We're making sugar puns here?
yes.
Apparently. Episode 50 will be right before St. Patrick's weekend, and that will be live on the stage in Deadwood Tobacco Company with an invited guest of some of our friends and family and regulars. Going to be a wonderful time. Be looking out for how you can RSVP for that. It will be an invite only. We will make sure not to leave anybody off the list, and if you do come to watch that, we expect you to participate. That's part of the deal. Right, preacher?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's gonna. He's like, it's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't need just empty chairs, man.
Yeah, how many Shiner box are we gonna serve to get that one rolling?
A lot?
Yeah,
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
yeah, just a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Preacher and I are just back a little while ago from a 2-day trek to Wyoming in search of comedian Bert Kreischer before his Casper show. We teased a whole bunch of stuff on all of the social medias, and be looking out for the brand spanking new DTC Blow and Smoke short film. Did we find him? Did he agree to be on the podcast? Well, you'll just have to tune in to our YouTube to find out the details.
Yeah. We did 500 miles looking for him, and you'll have to see how we turned up.
We did. And you think, oh, Casper, it's 3.5 hours. No, not with Ethan. When you stopped 7 times each direction to shoot stuff. It's good, though, because we needed all the footage.
Yeah, and I still didn't get enough B-roll. You know what I'm saying, man?
You guys should have done. Where in the hell is Bert?
Right.
Maybe that's what we asked him. We'll never know.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will. When he comes on the podcast. Oh, did I give it away? You'll have to watch anyway.
Hey, that shit was important for you to do that. Now I'm amazed at what you were able to do.
It was a fun trip. We went with a very loose game plan and came back with something I think that everyone will enjoy.
Welcome to the meat grinder.
Yep. Speaking of trips, Stash is back again. It seems like every time you stop in the podcast, you're just getting back. Where the hell did you go this time?
I was down in Johnson Valley, California. Not that I like the state of California. Sorry for people who live out there. Love the state. Everything else, not so much. Anyway, was down there at King of the Hammers. So that's a great big off-road, everything that has wheels basically either flies through the desert or crawls up rocks. So it was 3 weeks of dirt.
I tried to find you on
Little showers.
ESPN, by the way. I
Oh,
was
did
watching
you?
it. Yeah, but I just couldn't see you, dude.
Yeah.
They didn't have that many close-ups,
No.
but it's pretty cool.
Lots of drones chasing them, and
Yeah, no
that was
shit.
Good drone footage. I mean, some of those drone drivers out there are phenomenal. I mean, they're going sideways, they're right next to the wheels, and I mean, dodging over trees, and it was phenomenal to watch that. So, lots of that good stuff going on, and had a lot of smokes and lots of beer, lots and lots of beer, and you stay out in the desert for 3 weeks and get really filthy, nasty, dirty, and then it rains and you take a shower. So it was, not too bad. So
And he's not rosy red because he's had 5 beers.
no, that's windburn / drunk burn / sunburn. So
Ouch.
Yep. So you're going to be with us for what, about a week and a half until you go on vacation again?
yeah, at least that.
Yeah, at least
Maybe.
that.
And then I'll
Pick up 3 shifts or such.
Right. Yeah.
Bill, anything shop talk? Anything you want to let the folks know before we get on to the wives of DTC?
Yeah, it's been nice having the 867 in the shop already.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful stick. Did it really take, so you guys blended it, Ethan and Bill. Was it 3 years from coming up right now, from February? Has it been 3 years or longer?
I did not do anything with the 867. I was totally in steeped process of Deadwood Tobacco Company's Chasing the Dragon. I do not know what they do with the Asylum 867. I'm unfamiliar with that process.
But allegedly, they took your recipe.
Now that is an alleged course of action we
Okay.
can pursue down
All
the
right.
road.
All right.
Very good. That's good to know. I was not aware.
Well,
Stash, anything else from you?
nope. I'm flabbergasted right now, so
Yep.
I'm just going to drink my beer and shut up.
Perfect. Screeching halt. The ladies, the women, the wives of DTC will be coming up in segment number 2 for the Deadwood Tobacco Company Blow and Smoke podcast.
And I will apologize ahead of time for anything my wife might or might not say.
She was just drinking Coke. I saw it. It was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Coke my ass.
I think we've given them plenty of time to have a couple bottles of wine, so they should all be set. They will be coming up right after this, episode number 48, Deadwood Tobacco Company Blow and Smoke podcast. Hello and welcome back to episode number 48 of the Deadwood Tobacco Company Blow and Smoke podcast. And we've teased it long enough, as they do us. Without further ado, here are the ladies of DTC. We'll introduce them one at a time. And first, in front of the firing squad, is none other than Consuela. She claims Stash as her very own and had some interesting comments about his head size. We'll just leave that where it is. Last time she was on the podcast, since then, you have learned how to work the POS at the shop. A couple of shifts behind the bar. How's that going for you?
Great.
Love
it.
Have you made any mistakes?
No.
Do you know the difference between a Toro and a Robusto?
Yeah, a Toro's longer than a Robusto.
There you go. That's about all that you need.
That's all you need.
What
That's
else?
all I need.
What else have you learned by working behind the counter instead of in the shipping office?
The cigar, like the little labels, are very hard to read.
Yes, I second that. I'm also blind,
Yeah.
but that is true.
Yeah, and I got contacts on. And
Sparkly readers.
Yeah, they're hard to read.
Have you picked up any other the regular duties that the rest of the team does, like cleaning the bathrooms?
Yeah, I clean. I cleaned the microwave just today.
Yes, you did, in preparation for the chamber mixer, which we just had, by the way. It went very, very well.
Yes. And I sweep,
And you sweep, okay.
vacuum.
All right.
I'm a maid.
We that's not in your job title.
No,
Shipping,
but I am.
Shipping, biatch, and maid. Although you do vacuum quite a bit more than anybody else here.
Yes, because I like a tidy place.
Ethan, when's the last time you think we vacuumed the stage?
It's been a little bit.
The day after they put the carpet in, probably?
That's what it was, man. That's what it was.
Pretty much. That sounds about right. All right, we'll be back to you in just a little bit second. Thank you, Consuela. Diana is her real name, by the way. Next up is a lady who has put up with Ethan for almost 30 years.
Holy cow.
Everybody, welcome back, Erin.
Hola.
So tell us, what is new in the preacher household and in your world since you were last on this 8 months ago? What's happening?
We have a kitten,
Aw.
and he's fabulous. We had a kid move home and then move away.
Was that fabulous?
That is fabulous. I mean, we like having him around, but we also like not having him around.
Yes,
Do you second that?
I do. I do.
There's too many people and animals in
Yeah.
our little house.
Yeah, I want my house back. You know what I'm saying?
You've never had your house.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
The rumor
So
is
he moved out to the
the man cave studio.
Studio, yeah.
Did he tell you that he had us all over for a big old party while you were out of town?
Our house has never been so clean.
Oh, really? You cleaned it for us?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, very
I
nice.
did. Yeah.
Did he
And
also tell you that we left the door open and the kitten got out for about an hour? Just kidding, I made that up.
Like, I don't think that happened.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember the kitten.
We were very careful with the
Yes,
kittens.
we were.
Yes. But the kitten was a little lover, and Ethan was
He's so Yes. sweet.
was very nice, and he put a sticky note on the treats we had on the counter with this said, "Keep covered. The cat is very interested," which was true.
Yes.
And we're saving the best for last, so we're skipping over Jody. I have to say that because she signs our paychecks. So that means that it's time for the lovely and talented and sometimes a complete pain in my ass, Molly Brown.
I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, pretty much. So you have been asking more than the others when the wives are coming back.
Yes.
So are you excited to finally be back on the podcast after 8 months?
I am excited to be back because, you know, our ratings were really good and kind of kicking your ass for a while. So
Yes.
said, we're a thing.
Yeah, the second most watched piece of video.
We were the first for a while.
For a while, yes. And then Ethan voiced a Maduro educational video, 3.5 minutes long, and as of today, over 13,000 views.
Whoop, whoop.
Wow.
Nice job.
Yeah, I mean, I took the easy way out, right? It's only 3 minutes, so it's
Sure.
And all the
And all
subscribers are men, so so that works out well. Right, so it worked. You understand, right? If the subscribers are men, of course they checked out the Women of DTC's
Well, of
episode.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Until I released the 3-minute one, and I'm like, oh, all right.
I can put up with 3 minutes. Yeah, they probably only watched it in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just took them 6 different tries.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And now it is time for the CEO, Jody. As we learned last time, she is only 29 years old and sells drugs. So, what do you think we're going to talk about, Jody, for this segment of the podcast?
Drugs.
That's what I was thinking.
I meant more in general the segment with the wives on.
Oh.
Any idea?
No.
This comes out on February 13th.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Ah, right before. So yes, we're going to get a little bit of the softer side of Deadwood Tobacco Company. So Consuela, you're out. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We are going to actually start with you. I know all of our 100% male subscribers would like to know, how did you first meet Tony? That's Stash, by the way.
We met on Plenty of Fish.
Really?
Yeah, and then I met him at a Mexican restaurant on
Uh-huh.
our blind date.
Uh-huh.
Thought he looked hot.
Clean
Because he
shaven.
looked like an officer and a gentleman, right?
Well, at the time he was second class, so
Oh, he didn't have the pearly white.
no, he was just a little lonely second class. Yeah,
A little lonely second class. And then he met Diana, and look where he is now.
here in Deadwood.
Yes, yes, indeed. So tell us about the first date. Mexican restaurant? That was the first date?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, we ate, drank. Okay, he lived on a boat, and I went back to his boat.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like right away?
Yeah.
So not the big boat. This is the little boat, right?
Oh no, it was like 37 foot. So that's a good size. That's a good size.
Wow.
Insert your own boat joke right now.
And the boat was a rockin'. Don't come a
Like,
knockin'.
yes, it was.
Very interesting. We need Stash in here now to
No.
get some more details.
No, we don't need any more details.
Okay, so obviously things escalated quickly, and magically you're here still together. What was your first impression of Stash?
Oh, I thought he was good looking. Very just a normal, good looking guy.
Normal, yeah.
That I was like, okay, I hope he's not crazy. And then getting to know him and stuff, I'm like, oh, he's actually not crazy. Because I've had my share of crazies. But yeah.
And Stash is the sane one?
Yeah, for the most part.
All right. What about your family and friends? What did they say about Stash when you first started bringing him around?
Oh, they all thought he was, like my mother said, oh, he's easy on the eyes.
Ah. Apparently Stash was a looker. We're going to have to find some old Navy photos.
Oh,
Now, did he actually have facial hair at this point?
no.
So
no.
Stash was stashless.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Stashless. Clean shaven. In a uniform.
And you made the transition well. Like, do you have a preference one way or the other?
I don't really like the facial hair.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Did he start that immediately when he retired?
Yes.
As many service members do.
Yes.
Like, I'm
Like
done
him.
with that day to day.
Manscaped.
Yes. No, he
I don't know if we want to get that personal, Jody.
he does manscape, Tony. But yes, he's letting his beard grow, and first it was the stash,
Yep.
and then he shaved that around Halloween,
Sure.
and then now he's growing his little goatee thing, and I'm not really digging it.
I mean, I don't have any room to talk, but it's awfully white.
Yeah, and I even said, why don't we color it?
How'd that go over?
No, but I said maybe in your sleep.
Just sneak in some
Yeah.
just for men.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
just do it. Just wrap some towels around and then just do it when he's asleep.
Maybe just get him like 27 Shiner Box and he won't even wake up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe. He's been known to dye at colors for holidays.
Yes.
Yeah. Green for St. Patty's,
Yes.
etc.
But don't like the white because he looks old.
You have to have it white to be able to dye it multiple colors.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So if you had your preference, you would have him
Clean-
every now and then, or clean shaven all the time.
I want him clean shaven in his uniform.
Oh wow!
I don't know if his uniform would fit. Because drinking beer, he's gained a little.
He's not a big dude by any stretch.
No, but he's got a little beer belly.
We're gonna rename this episode "Shit on Stash."
But no, he's a good guy. I couldn't ask for more.
Oh, there you go. See, I knew we would get some sweet stuff out of this.
He's a great guy. Good. Seriously, obviously, I wouldn't have married him.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we hope. Well, you said you had a checkered past, so who knows?
I mean, we all have checkered paths, but no, he's great. I love him dearly, and he makes me laugh.
Good. Well, on that note, Molly, where and how did we meet?
So we met in the dressing room of the Matthews Opera House in Spearfish, and I was doing a show called the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, where I dressed like a 6th grade Catholic schoolgirl. I was not in 6th grade, I'll just put it that way.
Wow.
But I had a very short skirt on and did this whole singing and dance routine where I did foot days and kicked a board with my foot and jump splits. And so I was backstage taking a nap between shows on a Saturday, and he wandered in the dressing room backstage and it woke me up from my nap, and I was like, "Oh, who's that guy?"
And then we had Mexican food, and I took her back to my boat.
No.
What were you doing wandering around backstage
I was-
into dressing rooms?
That's what I was wondering.
I was actually.
Was he lost?
I was invited back by a mutual friend.
Yes,
So.
his friend
Yes.
was in the show.
Yes,
So,
so
he
I
was
was-
invited backstage. And
Yep.
Randy was directing theater at that time. So he made the guise of trying to just take me out and wanting to cast me in his next show to
Casting
get me
couch
on a
man.
date.
That's it's a real thing.
Totally.
It might take 9 months, but sometimes.
Yeah, basically 9 months.
So what was your first impression?
Well, I was half asleep,
So-
but I thought you were pretty cute.
Spectacular. It's on audio and film. So, what was our first date? What do you consider our first date?
Well, I put you in the friend tent, but I still consider our first date when we went down to Custer, the Playhouse, and saw that horrible show. It was like rock and roll something stupid. I probably shouldn't be saying this on a podcast.
Hey man, not everything's golden.
It was not the best show in the world, but we had a dinner at the DMG, and I know we had shrimp scampi
Yep.
out on the patio, and it was a beautiful day, and that was actually a really fun night, but I did make him sleep on the couch.
Yes, you did. There was no rockin' boat that night. So then, what do you think your parents and or friends, family thought of me when we first started dating?
Well, my mom's not very vocal about that type of stuff anyway. But all my friends liked you because it's music and fun, and we were all part of like the same scene. So it was like they liked you perfectly well.
Good. Fool them now. Fool them back then.
Obviously, you're still really good friends with my best friends. So
Yes, indeed.
we all love music.
All right, we'll get you off the hot seat for a
What
second.
year was that?
2011.
11.
Does that sound right? Yeah,
It was
2011.
10 or 11.
10 or 11. Yep.
Diana, what year was yours?
2004.
Oh, so
October.
20 years together.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Very nice. Only almost. We'll find out. Almost 10, I think, or maybe more. Which leads us to Aaron. Tell us about how you met Ethan. And I do want the story that I've heard his side of.
Yes, we all have heard his side.
I wonder what his side sounds like.
It has been a while, so.
Yeah, Ethan, what's your side?
I can't remember what I said, to be honest.
Well, it may not be the first time. It's just the story of when you had a friend group, and there was a gathering that it was back in
College.
Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Iowa State.
Oh, and I was sizing her up with the whole temperament profile thing.
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
Is that what you were doing? No, but there was like a friend group, and then I think Aaron's parents were there, perhaps.
Oh.
Yeah, now he knows.
So this was even before we were dating.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
we
you
had
were
a friend group.
But you were interested, correct?
Nope.
No. That's what he said, is that you didn't like him.
Yeah, so
It was mutual.
we were at Iowa State. This is probably what I said. We were at Iowa State. We're both art students.
Okay.
We're both in we're both in the same band. So we had all of these road miles, specifically on weekends, traveling around central Iowa, and we could not stand each other. So it was 3 years of what is this woman's problem?
That's literally how he treated me.
Like a
every
rock and
day.
roll band or
What
like a
is your
marching
problem?
band?
Or like a Christian band.
So,
Band.
you guys, this band, it was terrible. It was horrible.
We made records though.
We did.
Oh,
Nice.
well.
And
we'll
a few
have
of
to get
them are
those.
still in existence, but
I would like to hear this one.
Yes, we would.
Are they locked away in your studio?
I don't think we own any of them.
no,
Oh.
no.
Maybe somebody watching sometime will.
Yeah, they only made it to cassette.
Okay. Fair enough.
Wow.
I
I
mean,
mean, this is
No,
old.
we did. Okay, maybe it was the second one that
Made
we
it
did.
to CD.
We actually,
Yeah,
it became digital.
Yeah.
oh, there you go. Ah, the internet is a powerful
But
beast.
it was digital before the internet,
Okay.
pretty much.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think people were posting MP3s at that point.
No.
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 So Aaron, what was the name of the band?
Oh,
Hard cry.
hard cry.
Right? And that's all you need to know. It says it all.
Enough said.
You know what? I can see Ethan's hair just by the name of the band.
I mean, all the women had kind of choreographed outfits. The dudes, there was all. I mean, you had to wear pants, and it was kind of a Bill Gothard
What else were
sort
you
of
gonna
thing,
wear?
right? Well, pleated pants. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool, man.
So this was in
Like,
the 80s or 90s?
Rock and roll bands don't wear pants.
90s, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right,
Can only
it's
imagine.
not
They
like
don't wear pants?
wear pants or not wear pants. Wear pants versus jeans, right?
Sure.
That's what I'm
got
saying.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pants.
like khakis or
like Z Cavaricis.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, this is ministry days.
very nice.
So this was a Christian band?
Conservative
yes.
Okay.
to the
Yes.
extreme because we were going to small towns in Iowa.
Oh, wonderful. Did you ever play Griswold?
I don't remember.
Griswold sounds familiar. I mean, you guys, we played the kind of places where I'd bring in the trap set, start setting up, and one of the pastor's wives came up to me and she said, you know, the Lord's really dealt with my heart. Whenever I used to see drums in the past, I'd pray for diarrhea. And I'm like, man, right? And I didn't get it either. But I'm like, you pray for diarrhea? And she's like, yes. Right? Like she's wanting to afflict the drummer with a bad case of diarrhea, so he can't play.
Oh,
right?
you having diarrhea,
Right,
not
right.
her
And,
having
and I
diarrhea.
said,
Oh, you?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You were the drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. She was like praying hexes on me, right? but she said, "Nah, I'm over that." And I said, "Ma'am, the Lord does not answer prayers like that."
That's not very Christian-like of her.
At least she was honest and
She
confessed
was.
her sin.
That is
True.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's my favorite quote from Ethan so far on the podcast. We were talking about praying for stuff, and there was somebody. Bill said, "Oh, God hears everything," and Ethan says, "Yeah, he says no a lot."
Yeah.
Well, you
God.
guys were praying that we got like afflicted by a blizzard up in Lead, but not in Deadwood. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah. Hey, it did happen one day. So the story I'm looking
Okay.
for. Do you remember it now? A friend group at your parents' house, I believe, like 3 ladies and 3 guys, college time.
this is what your dad's first opinion.
Oh, yes. So when my dad first met Ethan,
Yeah.
he left and he said to my mother, I hope she doesn't date that little shit.
Yeah. Ringing endorsement. I make a good impression wherever I go. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Did you have a hard cry afterward?
I mean, I was just like, what's up with that dude?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right?
So how about your friends? Once you got past the friend thing and hating each other while you were in a band together, what did your friends think of it once you started dating?
Some tried desperately to talk me out of it. and others were like, duh, this makes perfect sense.
The thing is,
Because they fought like, we fought like we were an old married couple
Sure.
already. So
everyone already liked me, and Aaron came into my friend group. So right, I mean, so it wasn't me; it was all her. Like compatibility.
No, it was nothing like that.
It was compatibility. they couldn't see us together because they had seen our road tour.
And our fighting.
Yeah,
It
they
was
were
no
like,
secret that we didn't get along.
Yeah, I don't see it
Right.
happening. Right.
So
He
then,
made-
what changed though? That's what I want to know. Like, what changed?
I think that giggle says it all.
So, I don't know if you want to explain how your mind changed, but he came back from a training for a missions trip and called me, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. That was the one that he was referring to. He
Yeah,
said, "You
God
have to
told
come
me.
over."
God told me that I had to marry her.
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
And so he went from being the biggest a-hole to pursuing me relentlessly,
Yeah.
which was a real shock.
I bet.
like a
And-
stalker.
Yeah. So I didn't know it, but everything that was happening was a test. So that night, if he could get me to, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. And he's like, well, you need to come over. There's a big party over here. And I said, I'm in my PJs. I'm not going anywhere. He's like, you need to come over. And I was like, well, fine. I'm coming in my PJs, right? Like I was not trying to impress. And while we're there, he's having this whole conversation in front of everybody about temperaments and testing out whether or not my temperament worked with his temperament in front of it was so awkward. Then we sat down.
Because if you haven't done the Myers-Briggs, it actually lists off
Right.
all of the areas of compatibility, and with incredible accuracy, it will list all of the problem areas that you're going to fight about for the rest of your life.
And we'd
does.
already found all those.
Yeah, right.
So
Well, there you go. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
smooth sailing.
Yep.
Four kids and 30 years later.
here we are.
And we may or may not have had this conversation the other night when we were hanging out in your man cave.
We all took a quick version on the phone.
Yeah. we
So I
did.
wouldn't call that our first date.
Sure.
But that was the initial, and I walked away going, what's happening? What's going on? He actually was nice and told me I was right about something, which had never happened in 3 years.
Wow.
Told me I was right.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, if I want to be charming, I can be. You know what I'm saying?
You just have to have a goal at the end,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Actually, one of the movies that we really like and kind of tells our story is When Harry Met Sally.
Yep.
Okay.
Classic,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's a good
Absolutely.
So Billy Crystal says to Meg Ryan, when you find that you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Sure.
So
Yes.
we hated each other for 3 years. We dated, got engaged, and married in 5 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Two of which
I'm
he
like,
was out of the country.
right. I left the country for 2 months, came back, and I had to ask her to date me before I left, so that no one could scoop her up while I was gone.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So what do you consider your first proper date then?
So like the next night after that,
After the
particular-
PJs?
After
Yeah.
the PJs, he called and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "No, I just got home from work." And he's like, "Do you want to go see a movie?" And I was like, "Okay." And the test there was, could I be ready in 5-10 minutes, right? But I had been at work, so I kind of cheated on that. And so I was ready to go. So we went to a movie, and he paid. And I remember going, "Whoa, what is happening?" And then
I took her to Braveheart.
he took me to Braveheart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that was also
That's
a
a
test.
long ass movie.
That is.
Yeah.
And emotionally exhausting.
Yeah, how is she going to handle the disembowelment at the end?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and all the blood and gore and
Right.
war beforehand,
It's a
which
love
doesn't
story.
bother me.
It's a
great
romance.
movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie, but he wanted, it was a test. Can she put up with that?
Well, there you go.
Isn't it-
Pass with flying colors.
Flying colors.
You can't
Although,
take our land. You can take our land, but you can't take our freedom. Something like that.
Yeah, he does say that.
Very good.
Yep.
It's because I was a warrior poet. I understood that line. You know what I'm saying?
That's what your business cards are going to say now. Warrior poet. / creative director. Which leads us now to someone who I am sure that our almost 1,000 YouTube subscribers are dying to hear about. Let's hear about Wild Bill's tender side, Jody.
Wow. This will be good.
Go, Jody.
How did the two of you meet?
Bill came into the pharmacy that I worked at in college with his brother, and he asked his brother who I was. And his brother was like, "Oh, that's just Jody." And he goes, "Oh." And Bill says, "Well, I'd like to talk to her and meet her." And he's like, "Huh." So Bill decided that because he knew the owner of Ryan Pharmacy in Toledo, Ohio, that he was going to go ask him if he had any job openings. So Bill went to his house that night, ended up getting a job for 8 hours a week, and within a few months we were dating, and after 9 months he quit the job.
Because he got you.
Very good.
That's the only reason why he wanted that job is to get with you.
He said that there was a halo behind my head when he saw me up there. I said that was just the fluorescent lights.
Or it might have been the ambient or something like that.
It was a heavenly sign.
So he pursued you then. What was your first impression of him then?
Well, about 6 months before that, I had invited his brother Paul over to a party I'd had with my roommate, and Paul wasn't there yet, so I gave him a call, and Bill answered the phone, and he was very polite, and he got my information. I don't know if he wrote it down or not, but he was like, "Okay, your name, your phone number, I'll let him know." And I was like, "Wow, he's so nice."
And then Bill showed up to the party and never told Paul, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
So then once he started working there, he was a driver for a while, and he worked in the stock room for a while. And the first night he worked there, he came around the corner. He had a sparkle in his eye and a flowery tie.
Ah, very nice. Is there someone who warned you about him, though? I've heard this story.
Yes. So the pharmacist at the time, when he found out that I was actually dating Bill, he slapped me in the face and said, "I told you not to date the Rectenwalds."
Literally.
For real?
For real.
Like, he actually
Smacked you?
Yeah, it wasn't hard,
but
yes.
Wow.
Had to knock some sense into it.
That would be illegal nowadays.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is an
Yep.
HR violation.
Pretty much.
It was a small family pharmacy.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. So what, after this, I mean, that's impressive, going to get a job just so you can hang out. So what do you consider your first date then?
So we worked together for, I don't know, a month or so, two. And then one night there was a bar in the east side of Toledo, which is quite a dive bar. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to Frankie's?" And I was like, "Sure." So we went downtown to Frankie's.
Frankie's. Very good. Mexican food in a boat?
Nope, very
Nope.
sketchy. You had to be careful. You had to be careful of somebody with the brass knuckles in the back.
Oh, jeez. And we have had the pleasure of your father visiting the shop. What did he think of Bill?
I don't know, but Bill says he had hoped it was just a phase.
Just a phase.
Just see what happens. You get a little doubt, and everything just works out.
Yeah.
But when Bill started working and selling beer, my dad loved him. Because he was bringing home breakers, so all the cases that break, we got to buy them for like $7.
oh, nice.
And so 24 beers or whatever for $7 and bring it down to my dad. He was happy.
Yep. And we have had a couple of pints with your dad here at the shop, bellied up to the bar, and
He's awesome.
yep.
Yes,
yep.
we love Jody's dad.
Yeah, he has a great time. He always wears his veteran's hat. And how old is he now? 80.
He's 82, going to be 83 in June.
There you go. Yep. And I'm sure he'll make another trip out here sometime soon, right?
I think so.
Very good. Awesome. So that's in a nutshell what we wanted to talk about for the Valentine's part. But now anyone can answer. Feel free to chime in. We are just 1 year into the new shop here, which means that all of the team members have been here since the beginning. And there have been some really fun times, and there's been some stress that we cannot deny. All different versions for starting a business in a new place like this, moving, expanding, product, clientele, advertising, you name it. Ladies, what have you noticed about your husbands and their time here at Deadwood Tobacco this year, and how do you think it's been going?
Well,
That's kind of a loaded question.
since
We
I
hide it well, Ethan.
since I work here, I see firsthand, and for the most part, I think it's going good. But there are some stressful times. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. What about the good times? Anybody have an example of when their husband came home just ecstatic or really happy about something that was happening? Like driving to Wyoming?
Yes, the whole Bert Kreischer trip was great for you guys.
It's so good. I mean, Ethan hasn't been out of Lead Deadwood area for how long? 18 months?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so just to get 4 hours away in Wyoming was a big deal.
Well, and then we rolled into the shop about 5:30 on Friday night. We left about 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. And I dropped Ethan off at his car, came to the shop, unloaded all of his gear, and I was like, are you going to go to the shop and work on some stuff? You're just going to go home? He's like, nah, I'm just going to go home. Then the next morning I came into the shop, and Ethan was here, and he's like, do you want to see it? I'm like, see what? He goes, well, I didn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
I never see him, ever.
Yeah, he's always in that man
He's
cave.
always
of
in the
him.
man
Yeah.
cave. He comes in sometimes to pee or maybe eat.
He didn't show you the bucket in the corner of the man
Then
cave?
he just walks out the door.
Yeah. He wanted a bathroom in there, and I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
Your wife's never gonna see you if you have a
Exactly.
bathroom in here.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
It's the fortress of solitude, man.
it is indeed. It's where you do your best work, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, as spouses of team members here, what are you looking forward to for 2024 for your guys and their positions here at Deadwood Tobacco? What would make it exciting for the family, or what would you think would be a nice goal, or what would make it happier for you guys?
Well, I think if I'm going to put on my other hat as the president of the Deadwood Lead Economic Development Corp and a staunch supporter of this business, I am super excited for the expansion of new music opportunities and continued music opportunities regionally that we've never had before. The new shop has afforded us that, and to bring in people from Minneapolis, and Bill and Randy got to go down to Omaha and scout out some blues bands from down there. I think that's something that's going to be really cool, as well as some new cigars.
And never a cover for live music.
I was just
Correct.
gonna say that. Never a
Yes,
cover.
never a cover.
And we have rearranged the furniture a little bit to put a little bit bigger dance floor in there. We've had some requests for that. So Diana's going to have a couple of Jack and Cokes. Get out there, but only
Just keep your shirt on.
if the band will
Don't
play
worry.
Cyndi Lauper. She has to hear "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Yeah. That's my favorite.
Well, I think the other thing I love to see over the last year is just that the team has remained solid and intact and gotten closer. And the more and more we do things together, the better and better. it's
We
going
are
to
pretty
be.
close.
Yeah.
It's like a whole bunch of brothers that I'm working with.
And then I just hang out for funsies.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like a sister.
Yeah. Whole bunch of brothers, but no atomic wedgies, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just have to feed the kid all the time.
Yes.
Exactly. Speaking of,
Yes.
so there are a couple team members. So Grimes, Jason Grimes, our shop boss, his wife is very busy and hasn't been able to make time for the 2 times we've done this. We hope we can have her on here at some point, which leads us to the kid, Bacon Jakin, currently single.
He is.
Ladies,
And he has nice hair.
How can we fix that?
He has nice, thick red hair.
Auction.
He's young. Ooh.
Wow.
Should we?
Auction.
Auction off
Auction.
a date with
night.
Jakin?
A date with Jacob. We could tie
my
it
word.
into one of the charity events.
Sure, absolutely. I'm sure he'll be game.
He is a
I'm
very
afraid
nice.
I know who's going to bid on him. His mummy.
Isn't it on Groundhog's Day where they had the male auction, and
Yeah. We should
I think it's the camera guy. The camera guy goes for like 2 bits or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And this old lady is just
Yep.
ecstatic, and the dude's like,
There was a time not too long ago in the shop, maybe 3 months ago or so, where this very attractive, a little bit older than Jake, and let's just say 40-ish lady was in.
A lot older.
Talking to him like crazy, just would always have his attention. She was always the first one that he would serve, and she gets up to leave, and she says, "Okay, Jacob, nice to see you. I'll see you again." And I'm like, "Oh, this is great." So we're kind of giving him crap, and then I think it was Grimes, and we're like, "Hey, did you get her number?" He's like, "No, that's my aunt."
Snap.
Yeah.
But fair enough. So I don't know if the kid wants a girlfriend, so we probably shouldn't do that. But
He needs to sow some D&D oats.
Speaking of, Jody, I know it's only been once so far. It was supposed to be again today, but Bill has a new hobby with the kid. You want to tell us about that?
They're playing video games, Madden.
That is true. Wild Bill and the kid are on their day. They both have Tuesdays off.
What's Madden?
Football.
It's a football video game.
Okay.
Jake had never played the football game before, so Bill taught him how.
He said he was very excited
So
to hang
do
out
they
with
get
Bill.
together and do like one-on-one, or is it just online?
No, they play
Together.
Yeah, together.
Together at his house, and then Jacob spends the night.
Well, that only was once.
What? No, actually, no. He was
Slumber
supposed
party.
He was supposed to spend the night tonight if he had gotten up early, and I was supposed to take him to work or to your house.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then I was going to stop over and join them on a Tuesday, and I couldn't make it. And Bill texted me, "It's a good thing you're not coming. I'm whooping his ass, 49-7."
Yeah, Jacob really enjoys hanging out with Bill. He told me, he's like, "Yeah, I'm so excited. So excited. That's
Very
why
good.
That's why I'm working Mondays, so I can hang out with Bill."
Awesome.
Oh, you're like the little kid that we never had. It's
We
nice.
don't have a shop dog. We have a shop kid.
There you go. Oh, speaking of, Jody, can we have a shop dog?
I don't know.
No, we don't need no damn shop dog. We all have
How about a shop cat? I've got a cat.
Yeah.
As long as it's the cute little one.
No, it's the other.
So, ladies, before we move on and put a wrap on episode 48, any last words? Anything you would like to share with our 100% male subscriber base?
Subscribe and like. Hello, we need more likes.
Hello.
Very good.
I purposely wore a shirt with cleavage so that I could pull some more likes. So just like that.
Well, there's the pullout to advertise the episode.
She's real subtle about the whole approach.
All right, everybody, let's give a big round of applause to Consuela, Diana, Aaron, Jody, Molly for enduring this torture. Thanks very much for hanging out. We appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedules. That is just about going to wrap it up for episode 48 of the DTC Blow and Smoke podcast. Come on by this weekend and every weekend for live music at the venue at 715 Main Street inside Deadwood Tobacco. The new Asylum 867s and parties for St. Patrick's weekend are just around the corner. Make sure you check out at Deadwood Tobacco on all of the socials for the details, and be looking out for our brand new website featuring easier product searches, great photos and descriptions. All that is coming in just a few weeks. So for Stash and Wild Bill, of course, Ethan behind the board over there. My name is Eye Candy Randy, and for Grimes and Bacon too, because they couldn't be here. We appreciate you. And as Diana said, like, subscribe, comment, and share. We appreciate your support. Coming up.
Make sure you order.
Make sure you order so Diana has something to ship. Episode 49 will be up next with country music artist Sam Grow and the Asylum 867 kickoff party with Tom Lazuka coming up next.